Hello, welcome to another stream of Cash Gaming. And today we are flying from sorry about that noise. I'm just making sure I did everything right. Yes, I did. There we go. We're good to go there. And then we're time to start running our startup checklist for this evening. We're flying from Grand Cayman, the Cayman Islands, to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in the United States of America. It's gonna power is on. And we're gonna go engine bleeder on and on. Wait for the start up. In the meantime, let's just make sure the fuel is good, which we have. Flight today should be like an hour and 45 minutes after that, but we will see. Have to get our charts all set up and such. Oh, which by the way, our subscription goal, I'm gonna take this off for a second. We have a new one. We broke our old one, so just give me a second to even get that set up. While we wait for our everything to start all up, and just why isn't the game capture frozen? Does not see this as a game. It's like frozen on the stream. There we go. I was trying to figure out why it was frozen. We got that all set up. We're trying to remember what our goal was that we put in. I have wrote down and look for it real fast. At the same time, we're gonna go to let's make sure I got my checklist all up. Okay. And we're also gonna go, sorry about this, I forgot, this was off and I forgot to do some things that I meant to do. Alright. So, if you don't know, our and 53. After year 07. And there we go with that. That can go back there. All right. Close out of that. This can good to go. We won't worry about our charts. We're just gonna. This has been on for long enough. APU start. APU bleed. External power is off. Fuel pumps are always important, and then our beacon light, as long as our fasten seatbelt signs and our no smoking signs. Whoever idle. Oh. Hello. Oh, that's not normal. Let me just go back to my. A lot of hotkeys messed up. Why is my entire joystick not like even working? Do I have it unplugged on accident? I just happened to notice that none of my joystick controls are even working, which may be a problem. Maybe it isn't. I'm pretty sure it is, though. You definitely... Oh, yeah, it is plugged in, but, like... It was, like, one of those, like, half plugged in deals. Give me a second here. Just make sure there's nothing really pulling on the cord, if you know what I mean. Alright, and plug this in here. Now Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to pause for like 4 seconds or so. So it's gonna pause just a little bit, and it'll be like, alright, and I was just realized it's like, oh wait, we can go again. And alright, that's what we need. So start these two up. Wait for these engines to stabilize. In the meantime, we're going to be squawking 7,000. QNH is good. Make sure that... Where's my V-Pilot at? V-Pilot. No one's on here. We're going to actually move our frequency over to 22.8. We're also going to disengage our parking brake. We're going to reverse thrust on one engine. Yeah, I know. So we're actually just going to kind of use a map here. Wait for the engines to spool up. We're good to go. We're doing a power back maneuver, which you don't normally see done in real life anymore. It's a shame. We're just doing a power back. So here in a second, we will be facing the runway. In the meantime, I'm also going to turn on my landing lights. My nose lights, my navigation lights, strobe light, and all. Alright. So now, also in the meantime, I will be getting my flight plan on the other half of my screen. Like, it allows me to make it that small. It does. Thank you very much for your patience here. And right before we go, we're just going to change all of this to as follows. It also wants us to be going Mach 0.71. We'll figure that out on the way. Here we go. That's done. Also, in the meantime, we're just going to turn off our master switch APU bleed and change our normal. This can be closed on out. All right. Runway is clear. We're going to be facing them this way here. We're just going to taxi down the length of the runway. It is a shorter runway. Not short enough where it's going to really matter. But Come over here. Now turn on our beacon, our strobe to auto, and our nose light to take off. We're gonna go here on a little turnaround and just turn us around. Here we are. And we're rolling. V1. Roll. Roll. All right.
1,000.
Now we're just kind of turning so we can get back onto our flight planned routes. Meantime, we're going to set the auto throttle. As follows. And off into the night we go. So now we're just kind of flying. Eventually we're gonna start to climb. There we go. I don't think I clicked engage vertical speed. Won't go over well with air traffic control if we were just stuck at 1,000 feet. Oh. Managed. And so far everything looks good. Flaps are up, parking brakes off, gear is also up. We can turn off our landing lights. We can retract them both actually. Same with the nose lights. And ladies and gentlemen, well, this is Captain speaking. We're currently passing 2,500 feet. Cruising altitude should be around 36,000 feet. This is going to be a fairly short flight, about an hour and 43 minutes or so, depending on weather and how much traffic will be at Fort Lauderdale when we arrive. Meantime, please stay seated and refrain from smoking until both those lights are turned off. Thank you. And we're up in the air, so at this point we can't do much else except just kind of fly the aeroplane. It's going to be a fairly interesting flight, but we will eventually make it. Anyways, sorry about that. We're here just kind of reading flight plan. Another thing I want to do real quick is check to see what the turbulent air is. Not really much at all. I don't think we'll have any turbulence this entire flight, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I prefer a flight with no turbulence. Generally, it's just kind of a thing you can't really avoid. You can fly around. I guess you can fly around it, but it's hard to do that. Now we're just kind of flying our plane. It's predicting we'll get to our first waypoint here in less than a minute. It's pretty close, 9 miles, and then I think we'll stay on this. Let's make sure. Go to, yeah. 2 week old. Yeah. So we're good. We're just gonna follow the we will, I guess, make a little turn at Debar. But we can think about that later. Now we're just gonna be climbing up. We'll program our autopilot for flight level 261 here in just a second. I know Microsoft Flight Simulator updates, and the expedited one still does not work. Now, why should it? What did I say, 261? Yeah. 261 and oh. There we go. We're about halfway through our climb now. We're a little bit over it actually. Really far we have to climb to from here. It's gonna be interesting. I'll definitely like these flights. Hello, Captain Matt, I believe is the username here. I'm just kind of looking at my side screen at the same time. Here, I'm just gonna scroll on out. There we go. So you can see majority of the sky, at least on the pilot side, windows and such. And this has been a fairly decent climb so far. Per yeah, how far are we up? We're at flight level 155,156 now. I want to climb up to flight level 261. It's just gonna be a interesting flight. I've never understood this Microsoft Flight Simulator. They always have like the sun where you can barely see some light. I've never understood it because it's not really there. I've never tried in the morning hours and see if it's on the other side, like over there. But we'll see. We'll most definitely see. Looks like our plane is turning. Indeed, it is turning us. So we're gonna start our climb up to 36,000 feet. Now we gotta check vPilot for VATSIM, and now we still don't have any problems. So with that, I'm gonna give you some updates on how Fort Lauderdale. I'm the only. No, I'm not. There's supposed to be a plane arriving about an hour before I do. I won't be too worried about him. He's actually plane that's arriving to Fort Lauderdale. He's already at Florida pretty much. We're not even to Cuba yet, so let's see. Another 16,000 feet that we have to climb. That's gonna be like another 8 minutes. I climb my rate of 2,000 feet per minute, and yeah. How up to date is this thing? I never understood. I haven't really paid much attention to this overlay I put on a couple of weeks ago. Arrive Fort Lauderdale. That's correct. 15. It must update like once a minute. It's like every 5 minutes. It looks cool. But I just really never paid much attention to it. And that is that. So our next waypoint is the UCLVOR. Can't remember what airport that's for. It's for MUCL. Makes sense, but it's just crazy. Love the detail they put in the skybox now. And they even put in, I like this thing, but they really need to put the sun down in general. But also gonna speed this up just a little bit here because you see we're pretty close to this yellow area. We don't want to be there. I'll just bring the nose down for a second here. Let the airplane do its thing, get us the speed back up, and then just at least Mach 0.60, 0.060, and we will be, well, want to be able to contact ATC, but there's just not much online. The Vol 3. I'm starting to get my charts all set up too. And I'll show you my arrival here in a second if we don't. Three. But I'll show it to you when we started off. I'm just getting it pulled up so when we get there, we'll be good to go. And anyways, it's already starting to allow us to climb yet again. Your autopilot just decided that's the best way to go. So that's what we're going to do. Got ourselves to climb up another 11,000 feet or so. And we're just kind of flying about at this point. Let's make sure everything's up in order in here. Good there. It's on auto, isn't it? Yeah. Those can be off. Those are retracted. That's retracted. Nav lights are on. Those lights are off. Seatbelt sign. Yeah, it's all looking good. But it's just been an interesting flight, and looking forward to have a little more time in the air. Again, we're not really that far. Our flight's not that long. From what I remember from the pre-flight stuff, it's only 413 miles. Boy, like just straight on ahead. So it's not very far from at all. Like in terms of, you know, flights. Actually. Actually, it's 475.272 miles. So Alright. Makes a lot more sense. There we go. And we're just kind of climbing away. Only got about another 7 minutes of climbing now. Our current rate. So why are we climbing so slow? We're just kind of leveled out here. I just kind of wanna there we go. Now we are. Climbing back up. Oh. Okay. You know, I may just request. It's having a hard time to climb. I'm just gonna request 3,000. Max. UCL 0.78. How much do we even weigh? We have a lot. Yeah. Alright, we're only 18 nautical miles out from our next waypoint. And of all three, wait a minute here. That's weird. Did I even file that? No, direct to all three. Well, I'm looking at my arrival and what Microsoft Flight Simulator's flight director says. And the Deval 3 departure arrival apparently doesn't have either KNQX or KMTH transitions. Oh, sorry, KEYW. Now it should, but it doesn't. Which is alright, I guess. As long as Miami doesn't mind. Now, so in the meantime, just gonna make sure they can hear me. Yes, they can. Apply an OK. Alright. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep climbing up now. Past our next waypoint. Our next waypoint now will be X-ray Oscar Papa Lima, and then is it in the? I can never remember Y in the phonetic alphabet. Or I. India. That makes sense. Oh. Alright, there we go. There's a glitch with Microsoft Flight Simulator you'll get once in a while where the airplane just wants to keep turning to one side or the other. I found a temporary solution using the rudder, where I just flick the rudder my yoke just for a second, and it gets corrected. You just have to keep helping out until the autopilot just takes back over and then it'll do its thing. Yeah. You can see there we go now, it's starting to fly back to intercept that little green line. See this again. It's just gonna keep going that way. Alright, and then it's gonna go back over. As long as it can level out, which it looks like it has. So speed's still increasing. Yes, but you can go back up another. We can go back up another 2,000 feet. Now, just gonna climb a little bit more. No, looks like it's having problems climbing. But that's alright. Looks like now it's starting to get better again. So, see, we're 255 nautical miles away from Fort Lauderdale International Airport. And here's some information about our destination. It's a international airport based out of Fort Lauderdale. It's also serves the Miami market. It's basically a supplementary airport to Miami. I know Southwest has a hub there. I can't remember any aircraft or any other airlines at this time. It's has, I believe, all its runways east, west. I believe there's 4 of them. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to go check that out right now, actually. Alright, let's see. FlightAware. KFLL. Fort Lauderdale International Airport. Like I said, Fort Lauderdale, there is 3 runways. There's a negative. There's 2 runways. Both runways are east, west. Yeah, so there are 4 runways. All 4 runways are east-west, are based off east-west configuration. One is on the south end of the airfield. One's on the north end. Let me just kind of see who flies in here a lot. Spirit has flights. Delta has flights into here. JetBlue, Southwest, as mentioned before. American has a few flights. Allegiant, I don't know if I mentioned them. Those are really the big carriers that have flights into here. Oh, and you also see a lot of what's that one airline? There was one other airline that I knew flew into here a lot, and this Fort Lauderdale a lot. Their airline code, I believe, is AZU. Could be wrong. That's their ICAO. Don't remember, though. What it's called. Anyways, it's not important. As that. So we're almost back. We're almost up down to 34,000 feet. Getting up there. Definitely getting up there. But we aren't quite high enough yet to where we're supposed to be. So maybe it's just because of how much weight we have on the aircraft right now. They put a little too much fuel in there. Wow. IndyCar testing in Texas. I know this isn't related to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is not great right now. The PJ1 from NASCAR has caused stains in the racetrack. Like that now that you're able to see, but just they changed the pavement so much on the track apparently. There's no grip for the Indy cars. At the same time, NASCAR is going to be testing rain tires at Martinsville. So that's pretty cool. I guess. That's been pretty interesting. But they're only using it for a mile and less. So those are going to be tracks like Phoenix, as we're just going to go climb up another. Right? Or are we going to... I believe we're going to keep climbing. Yeah, let's just go climb up another. Couple thousand feet. Oh. And it's pretty cool actually. Now we are Now we're just going to climb up to flight level 360. This is where originally we were supposed to be. It just took a little bit longer than we intended. Did Miami just go offline? Wow, they just did. So it looks like we may not have any ATC rest of the flight. It's crazy. Gander Service Flight Station, that's like the major one between oceanic flights. They're online the entire way. I didn't you see them? Actually, that's common though. And but alrighty. Come on, I know there's a little bit more climb in these planes. They just have to use it. Is that other plane landed at Fort Lauderdale? Yes, I am the next arrival. In about 30 minutes, I'm expected to be there on the little ticker. Sometimes a JetBlue flight departing. Oh, it already departed. Okay, never mind. I was just reading that completely wrong. Hopefully, we're good to go. The rest of the way with no problems. Another interesting about VATSIM, it's interesting seeing like different places that are staffed. Like right now, Nassau and the Bahamas is being staffed for tower control. When I first saw it, I thought they were talking about a marathon. When I first read that code, but I was like, oh, wait a minute, no, that's not right. And we should be pretty much set. We're going to go India, Kilo, Bravo, India, X-ray. So, for that intersection, they just called out. And they're going to climb up another 1,000. They're clear to climb up one more 1,000 feet right afterwards and then descend. It was following what the flight plan says. The engines are just fine right now. We got plenty of fuel on board the aircraft. We got too much fuel in the aircraft, actually. But maybe the company decided to put in extra so we don't have to worry about refilling the next couple of flights with our aircraft. Alright, and now just set this back up for Mach 0.77. Now that we are not climbing anymore, but right away, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is your captain speaking. We're now currently at 36,000 feet. Just over Cuba right now, going back over into the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to keep the fasten seatbelt sign and the no smoking sign off for just a little bit longer here, and then we're going to have to turn it back on while we start the descent. Thank you for your patience. So anyways, so now just kind of flying into the airport now. It's just what's a matter of how we do it. It should be that hard of a arrival. I'm not expecting it is. I'm not expecting it to be, but who knows? We're just kind of flying around. It's just, we're no longer on, we're now past Cuba, 90 miles to Key West. I believe it's, I think that's the sign, 90 miles to Cuba or something like that. Like 95, yeah, it's 90 miles to Cuba. It's the closest point of the United States. It's alright, everything's good. I accidentally dropped my ego, that's alright. Not really much to see, it's pretty dark. But actually, I'm gonna throw this onto this. Nope, this is starting to drift. Alright. So I want to see is up. Autopilot's kind of got under control. Just needs a little bit extra help. Alright. We're almost there. Now we're only 168 miles out now. That's not much. Like I've said, we're expected to land on the timetable 25 minutes. I know it probably won't be like that because you have to, slow it down obviously to land, but Alright, we're only 30. Really about 3 or 4 minutes. It's kind of deciding. It's bouncing between the two. Minutes until we arrive at again India Kilo Bravo India X-ray. So once we hit that waypoint, then it's really going to be the climb. I have to climb again another. Let's just go back here for a second, please. 0.77, 0.77. All right. Let's get another 2 minutes, and then we're going to be officially in American airspace yet again. That'll be fun. And then I don't know. It's gonna be quick between going there, and then we're gonna start our quick climb and our descent. On the 24 or yeah, flight level 204. It'll be interesting. Right. There we go. We're just trying to get this back on track now. Come on. Alright, so that was trying to get this back understood. Looks like I have it now. It's just trying to intercept the line again. Yep. And then max speed mode, we're gonna go back up another 1,000. Back up. All right. Oh, what the? We're inverted.
Overspeed, 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 overspeed.
How do we end up inverted?
Overspeed, 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 overspeed.
And then speed, we're just gonna engage Mach point. There we go, I guess. And now we're gonna show off our alright, let's give me a second here. I'm gonna be able to browser source, new source. Alright, I'm just gonna name this source so I know what I'm doing. Sorry for that real fast second. I have to. I didn't really plan on this. I saw about this last second. So, this is our arrival. Nothing really too fancy. We're gonna come in probably around Marathon. We're actually just going direct to let's look at my flight plan again. Delta Victor Alpha Lima intersection, and then we're gonna make a right turn and follow, heading to 068 until we pretty much get there, and then we'll go visual. So that's how we're doing this. We don't got any restrictions until we get to well, actually, we can just pull back up the arrival if you don't mind. Until we get to the Whiskey Echo Victor Echo Romeo intersection. Then we got some restrictions we have to deal with. After that, it's pretty easy, but that's just my little description of how it's gonna be. So let me There you go. Another, not just a little bit less than 100, just a little bit more than 100 miles to go. And we're pretty much on the arrival right now. We aren't technically until we get to this intersection, but literally the transition, the legitimate transition's over here, so I don't know. So they're not even on Gatsim right now, flying in. No, I'm just one of the only few planes. Got another one flying the Miami. Miami's a pretty busy airport right now, but not Fort Lauderdale, which I guess is to be expected. Miami is the busier one, I believe, in real life, but Fort Lauderdale is basically Miami's. I'm trying to think of an airport. It's basically Miami's Midway, if you can think about it that way. I can't really compare it to Midway, because Midway in Chicago is basically pretty much a complete hub for only Southwest. Almost all the flights out of Midway are Southwest flights, so I can't really say that. If you can think about Miami as, I guess really the best comparison is Miami is like O'Hare, and Fort Lauderdale is Midway, even though it's not the greatest one. It's the only one I can think of. O'Hare and Miami take majority of the traffic, but some of the smaller regional jets are still, big passenger jets like Boeing 737s, and I think they can land 50s in Midway. I'm sure they can land 50s in Fort Lauderdale as well. So I'm going to check that out too. Why not? I got talking, and then I thought about something, and then now I'm curious. So MDW, I believe, is Midway. Yeah. Midway, I'm just gonna look at the center runway. That's the longest one at Midway. Um, 6522. Their runways are at Fort Lauderdale. Wow, much bigger than Midway. Wow. They're bigger, like 3,000 feet. Alright. Well, Fort Lauderdale definitely has Midway beat then. I didn't think it was that much bigger. So yeah, Fort Lauderdale can take a lot bigger traffic. I feel like also Fort Lauderdale might have a UPS terminal, not terminal, but they have a UPS hangar. I don't know if I'm correct on that, but I think I saw pictures of cargo carriers in there. So that'll be interesting. Oh, I started dropping frames. How long ago was that? I guess it wasn't even bad enough. It told me. Alright. I'm sorry, drop some frames. And we're pretty much 20 miles out until we start our descent. Well, by the way, we have to go apologize to our passengers for that inverted descent. Probably broke up the aircraft. Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't have those physics in yet. I don't know if it ever will, but ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. Sorry for that little inverted maneuver and then quick descent. The autopilot did it. That's it. We'll be starting our descent into Fort Lauderdale here shortly, so that seatbelt sign is on and will be on so we get to go. Alright. So Fort Lauderdale, pretty much. Or there now, we're Florida. Landing preparations are want to hurry if anything if I turn on my extra lights. Does the windshield wipers actually do anything? I don't see them. Interesting. So next on our well, here, let's wait till we get here. Yeah, so next on our arrival, we're at now this intersection. Delta Victor Alpha Lima Lima. Now we're head over to the Whiskey Echo Victor Whiskey Romeo intersection, which we should be at 10,000 feet and at 250 knots. By the time we hit both of those. So we're starting our turn. And then 250 knots. Alright. We are starting to turn inbound, so that's good. So now we're just kind of gliding our way in. Okay, so believe it or not, we're already at that intersection, and now when you get down to, say, 2,000 feet, yes it does. Wow. All right. Our 4 minutes out. Of the performance out of the Delta Hotel Papa VOR. So we get a little bit more time. This gets just slowed down. A little bit further to the ground. But we'll see. I think the airport's still out there though. Just have to fly around and find it. Let's see if we can get some sort of visual of the runways. Yeah, we're still just kind of pretty much gliding our way in at this point. We just pretty much became full space shuttle status on this, you know, gliding, although we can recover from the glide if we always need to. That is Miami, if I'm correct, right in front of us. So Lauderdale should not be much further behind. Trying to get eyes on this other traffic that I have on my map. Oh, there they are. No, that shouldn't become a problem. And now they see an eye on that plane. Yep, we're good. So we got another one over here. It's hard to see because I think it's right here at the airport. But when we reach this VOR, we'll go visual. It's gonna be an interesting landing here. Let's just see. That other plane now. Oh, we're past them, so. That's Lauderdale right there. We're gonna land on the left side of 09er. I believe it's 09er. Now I'm landing on the left end of 10 left. Yeah. It's out there. But at least we have found the airfield, so. That's normal for CDR. There's airplane traffic there, so it's gonna get pretty congested. Gonna remain on autopilot this time. You got that traffic still over there. Main one, where's this other one at? It's crossing in front of me. Got one out there. Knows what they're doing. Oh, we're lagging pretty bad. Come on. And I'm still trying to spot this other one on my radar. Try to make visual contact with them. Still got this other one way off here. Who knows what they're doing. Still no eyes on this aircraft. Once we get past this congestion, I'll go visual, but I just want to make sure I fly past this congestion and know what's going on. So if you're knowing me, I'm going to spend more time looking than flying the plane. I haven't made any visual contact with the plane yet. Probably won't. Alright. Keep the engine spooled up to about 50%. Landing gear down.
Overspeed, 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 overspeed.
Obviously, I don't want overspeed.
Overspeed, overspeed, overspeed. Overspeed, 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 overspeed,
2,500.
overspeed, 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 overspeed.
So I may land. I'm gonna land this runway. The 10 right. Three down. Alright. Flaps and landing configuration.
Overspeed,
Yeah.
overspeed, 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 overspeed.
Okay. Well, we'll pass the runway, that's alright. We'll get back on the aiming at the
Overspeed.
threshold.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Alright.
500.
500. Just got the call up for 400. And landing configuration.
300.
300.
200.
Got trees in the way. I did a pretty steep, I did a pretty shallow approach. 100 aimed at the threshold.
20, retard.
Ooh, that's not good. I just hit the tail first. Alright. We're gonna have to reverse the rest. An engine. And alright. Just park it here. That's it. Thank you all for watching. It was a fun flight. It was, what was it? 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 6 seconds.